I'm hanging out with a few of the painters that I've created. See ya. She needs, what do you need? You need green? Oh, she needs permanent green. I brought out uh, some students. We're doing a little outdoor paint session. The wildflowers here in Stephenville. This is a warm-up to the summer camp that we're going to have going on here. Stay tuned for details. I'll be posting more about that. So if you're interested in spending some time painting with me, you can. It'll happen this summer. We're going to have various camps for different levels. I know there's some people that have never painted before and are just wanting to wet their beaks a little bit, and that there are some people who watch me paint and would just like to go and if they paint themselves, would like to go and experience. We're gonna just make it all happen. I'm gonna make myself available. We've got to come up with new ways to keep the momentum flowing. So thanks for joining. I'm in Stephenville. Of course, you may or may not know. My name is Gerald. I'm a live local artist. Follow me on all the social media platforms. We're just getting this thing started. It's growing. Putting a little shadow in. Continuing with the bluebonnet theme in and around my hometown. What are we doing this weekend? Well, it's the Easter weekend. We're going to be spending it with family. But then get ready, next week we're going to be busy painting all over the town. The Larry Joe Taylor Festival is getting underway. I'll be out there making some paintings. I've got some ideas of the early morning mist on the Melody Mountain. And then good live music all week long. So I'm just scrubbing in some different colors here. Hope you're following along. If you're trying to paint along, sorry I did not provide the palette for you before. But hey, you know, bringing new people out on the paint trail, you're on a different kind of timing. So things will happen when they happen. You know my palette anyways. If you've been following along at all, you know I just kind of paint on top of paint. You can see here we got a variety of blues. I've got phthalo blue, Prussian blue, and ultramarine blue. No, that's cobalt blue. So the phthalo's here, Prussian's here, cobalt's here, and they've all mixed together. Cerulean was here. It got mixed up with some white. Sometimes zinc white is what I'm using on my palette. I've got this cadmium red and Van Dyke brown and various shades of yellow. Here's the start. Here's the subject, and we're just having fun today. I brought a few painters along with me to keep me company out here. They don't say much. It's kind of good. So I brought you along to just kind of pass the time. We're going to squeeze out a little permanent green. I like permanent green. You may have heard me say that before. I like the way it mixes with red. So if you're following along and you like to paint, try that sometime. If you haven't yet, you probably already know that. I'm not teaching you anything new. I know. You've done it all before. There's that brushwork. You see how I kind of just scribble scrabble, rewriting. I guess you could say I'm writing. I'm writing today. Writing with color. Just gonna blend that around. You'd be surprised the way these things turn out. Did I show you the one I did yesterday? There's some permanent. I like that permanent green. You see, I just like to play with it. Rarely do I ever just leave it straight onto the. I never leave it alone. Basically, I'll put it down straight out of the tube, but I'll always come back later and just kind of continue to mix it on top of it until it's no longer just straight permanent green. Like I see some white happening along in here. There's a lot of white in my this color palette. So we're gonna just put that out there. There's the subject. In case you're wondering, I'm painting in Stephenville, Texas. It's wildflower season here in North Texas, top of the hill country, tell ya. And we're just out here with the paint crew, the live local artist paint crew. We have Philomena. She'll be assisting at the summer camp this season. Lucia is our youngest artist. She is a constant creator, always coming up with new ideas. Her method is much like mine. Just jam it all through, and then we'll clean it up later. Jam all those colors in there, we'll figure it out later. Just get it going. Too much time wasted not getting started. So we get it going right away, and then we regret all the shortcuts we took, all the things we didn't consider later. And our third and fourth effort usually is where we want to be. And this is probably the third or fourth painting I've come out to make in this particular location since the wildflowers have begun to bloom. And I feel like I've kept my brush pretty loose. My brushwork been remaining pretty loose. Had some good paintings lately, quick sessions, longer sessions, you know, feeling good about where my brushwork is these days. So I'm just letting you know, expect the unexpected. And you can expect the unexpected at some of these places we have coming up. Happening April 26th that's Saturday, April 26th. That's next Saturday. In case I'm getting the date off by 1 or 2 digits. Next Saturday, Willow Park. It's happening. The 760 Fest. I was calling it the 760 Fest yesterday if you're following me on the YouTube. Or not YouTube, I guess Instagram is where I painted live yesterday. I like to float around the social medias, so that's why I recommend follow me across the different platforms, mostly Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. X is a far forth place, and you know, just because I gotta paint sometime. I can't post all the time. I gotta paint sometime, and I don't know. I just never was much into Twitter when it was Twitter, and I just never got on board with the X platform. I do every now and then when I consider it, I'll share something. Nothing unique and special for that platform. I might work on it. You know, I got no problems with Elon. Do what you're gonna do, dude. Doge it up. Doge it up. That's what I say. We're gonna just mix some blue into our red there, and with our green. That's gonna give us I don't know, we'll find out. It gave us that. That's what it gave us. I can find some place for that in the near middle ground. And I'm just scrubbing in shadows right now. This is all just shadows that occur, and it's loose but meaningful is how I'm keeping it. I'm not just scrabbling, though it might look like it. There is a method to my madness. You again? You again? It's you again? Mm-hmm. What do we need this time? Red. That's not red. That is burnt sienna. You looking for a red? Like a cadmium red? You see,
I'm looking for that titanium.
Okay, that's good. Close. You're gonna add a little bit of titanium or that white that you've got to it. I'd put that over here. You just need a little smidge of that. Excellent. That's all you need, folks. Believe it or not, that will go a long way in the oil paint. We're working today on 12 by 16 canvases, so That's a good amount for that. You can always come back for more, Lou.
Do you have any black?
No black. If you want black, I recommend you mix that brown, what you got there. Put it over here next to this other brown. Make sure you wear a shirt that you don't mind getting dirty in when you come paint with me. There you go. Now you're going to take the Prussian blue.
Thanks.
Let's see. Do we have some Prussian? Is that Prussian? Watch out. It's got some yellow on that tube. What's that?
Falta blue.
That's phthalo blue.
The Prussian.
There's your Prussian.
Russian.
Put it right here. Not Russian, Prussian. They're purple Russians, so here. Twist. There you go. There you go. Just. Whoa. Good job, Lou. Wait, go ahead and put that over here on this place right here. Right there. Thank you. Watch out. Ooh, look at your shirt. Ooh. Okay, I'll hold the cap. Twist it. Twist your brush. Twist it. Okay, thank you, Lucia. We'll see you later.
Black and
That's you're gonna mix your black. You gotta mix it. Helping people achieve their goals. That's what I'm about. Just don't help too much. I just don't, I got my hands full. You're on your own. And my academy, my motive, it's like the equivalent of just throwing the child into the pool. I'm not gonna let you drown, but I'm not gonna waste time with you scratching at my eyes. Just get your ass in there. Get going. Yeah. That's my approach. With the Coors in my hand. So if you're coming looking for affirmation, no. I'm sorry. Don't. Save yourself. Save yourself the heartbreak. Because you're not going to get affirmation in my camp. You're going to get better. That's it. I don't give you affirmation, you just get better. Lighten that background there. We're gonna try. Oh, what are we gonna try? Some yellow light. That wind wants to knock over some easels, everybody, so tighten those bolts, twist on those nuts, tighten those bolts, make sure those tripodal legs are fully extended, and brace yourself. So I've pretty much covered all that factory white, all the white that comes off of that factory. I'm going to leave it there for a minute, and we're going to take a look at doing over here. Oh, excellent work. Nice. Looking good. You got your canvas covered, and you've got some good color going on. I like how you're doing that right there. Wow.
Yeah, I'm trying
talented. What do we got going on here, Lou? Oh yeah, look at you. They're sprouting up, aren't they? you can always come in and cut in on those like when you're doing the paint around these areas here, you can trim down the stems, right? Because they're awfully thick. This guy over here, wow, that looks nothing like the way you started. It looks like you've completely changed it up, and I like your tree. Nice work. Way to go, Tobe. Antonio here, making a wonderful painting. All right, everybody, time for me to get back to my canvas. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see y'all next time. Bye, local artists. Keep your brushes wet and your bristles soft.